what are the things that people need to know right off the bat? Let's say you get a tick bite.
Yeah, I
What
mean,
do you do?
well, Lyme disease is the #1 vector-borne illness in the United States, and so it's ahead of all these other insect-transmitted diseases. It's transmitted by the bite of Ixodes ticks. So on the East Coast, it's the black-legged tick. We have the Western black-legged tick, or most people know as deer ticks. And they're the most commonly infected ticks. They have a much higher, like you were saying, someone had Rocky Mountain spotted fever. It's like those ticks, the dog tick, they can transmit that, but their infection rate is low. So whenever you get bitten by any tick, it's good to know what the tick is and where you are, so you know what infections are in them. But especially with the deer tick in the Midwest and the Northeast, and it's starting to spread, Lyme disease, you just got to know that any bite is a potentially high risk bite. There's debate over whether we should do preventive or prophylactic treatment or not. I'm certainly in the camp where if you're going to give somebody, 5 years of an antibiotic for acne, I certainly can offer you 3 weeks of prophylactic treatment so you can kill Lyme right away and not get chronically infected. So I think with tick bites, we need to remove them properly, and which basically involves grabbing them as close to the skin as possible, lifting and holding. There's a million other ways people describe to remove it. That's the only right way.
Really not what about the little tool that you twist?
Yeah, the twisting. The issue is the Lyme bacteria that's in your gut is in the midgut of the tick, and one of the reasons that a lot of people say it has to be on for 36 to 48 hours before it transmits, which is completely false. But the risk of transmission goes way up after about a day and a half. But it's because the spirochete needs to swim up into you from the midgut of the tick. So if I do all these spinnings or essential oils, or I do anything that irritates the tick, its mouth parts are actually barbed. So when it's in you, it can't get out really quickly. And the only way, if you irritate the tick, to get it to release, is it has to use jet propulsion, which is essentially vomiting into you. So now you took a moderate risk tick bite and made it very high risk of infection. Because in order to get out of you, because you're irritating it, it had to eject its stomach contents, which includes Lyme. So we just try to minimize the risk, All
right. So what's the technique again?
It's literally, you just get needle point tweezers if you have those, and some of them have V's. There are the ones with the V's. That's fine. Get under as close to the mouth parts and the skin as possible. Tweeze, lift, and hold. If it's been in for a little bit, it might be 10 or 15 seconds. If it's been in for a long time, it could be a minute or two before it lets loose. So
you're going to see your skin. It's like you're going to be, right, exactly. Your it's going to be holding on to your skin, but you should just keep the pressure and wait for it to let go.
Yeah, you don't want to yank it out. Everybody's worried about the mouth parts. The best way to do is to just lift and wait.
Thanks for watching. If you like what you just saw, why not subscribe? Here's a link to do that. And if you'd like to watch the full interview, you can find it at chrisbeatcancer.com. There's a link to it in the description right below this video.